Good evening. This is Eric Rollins, the Constitutionalist, coming live from the Merced Lincoln Reagan Freedom Gala. And I am joined by a candidate for Congress for Congressional District 13, Javier Lopez. I believe you're also mayor of Ceres currently?
That is correct. I'm currently the mayor of the city of Ceres.
Well, welcome.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
So I assume from your name that you are Hispanic.
Yes, I am Latino.
Are you fluent?
Hablo español también.
Bien.
Yes, I do speak Spanish.
I'm not fluent. I do a little bit.
That's why I didn't give you too much.
But the important thing is that by being able to speak at least some fluence better, you build a bridge to a community that I believe lives their lives as conservative, but they haven't voted that way, or sometimes just not voted. So
Yeah.
I think that you have the opportunity, by being able to speak Spanish, to reach out in a different way, to connect with people, because a whole lot of this, bringing new people to the Republican Party, is all about having a personal connection. So you got an easier in for that personal connection.
Right.
So how do people find out? I mean, we're going to talk for a minute, but what's your website or your social media?
So I'll give you. So if you want to contact me as the mayor of the city of Ceres, it'll be mayorofceres.com.
Okay.
I am running for Congress in Congressional District 13. So that's javierforcongress.com.
Now, Ceres is kind of the northern end of this district, right?
Actually, the city of Ceres is the third largest city in Stanislaus County.
Okay.
So you have
That's a little north of, just south of Modesto, right?
So Modesto is our sister city, and so is the city of Turlock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of nestled in between, right on 99.
Right on 99.
And it goes all the way down to southern Fresno County.
That is actually, yes, the top portion of Fresno County.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I said it wrong. Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
So, obviously, you're interested in politics. Why'd you run for mayor?
So I'll give you a quick story. I tell this all the time. When I ran for office, it was during COVID. So I feel that I did not have a voice at the table. I spent 20 years as a fire technician, hardworking.
Well, thank you for serving.
Yeah, thank you. Not as a firefighter, but as a technician. I answer to the fire department, let me tell you that much.
Firemen need backup people. That's a legitimate job.
Right. And, during the pandemic, just like everybody else, we were just really tired of what was being told, the big lie in California. I felt that it was a great opportunity for me to put forward some ideas and concepts to change the city of Ceres in a positive way. I never came to try to stir things up in a way where I was here to change everything, just to change it. So if you've seen in the last 4 years in the city of Ceres, our progress has been bigger than ever before. So I ran against a 13-year council member. I beat that person. Then I just recently ran again. So I'm actually reelected as the mayor of the city of Ceres.
And is it a separate position? It's not a rotating position? Like, I live in a little town where it's a rotating position.
It is not a rotating position. It is a overall.
Okay.
Yes. And so, someone like myself who's lived in Stanislaus County in my entire life since I was 5 years old, I know what the citizens of this area want in a person to be a leader in our community. They want someone who is genuine, someone who's willing to put everything forward to make some positive changes, which we have had. And you have to understand, as a local municipality, there's a lot that goes behind the scenes with our staff.
I get it, because I go to every single Clovis City Council meeting from beginning to sometimes midnight end.
Absolutely, yes.
And we just went through our budget process, and I somehow stayed awake.
Yeah, so we just went through our budget process as well.
It is complicated.
Yeah,
it is not some simple thing. There are so many little details that have to be handled that matter.
Right.
So having people that are dedicated enough and interested enough to go, thank you for serving.
Yes.
We, the politicians, don't hear that often enough. Doesn't make them better. It means that they're more dedicated. Hopefully they're going because they want to serve their community.
Yes. I think that someone like myself understands that. I've ran into, I consider them politicians who are only there for themselves.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah, I ran for office not even realizing that there was a small stipend that I get every month. Very small. Not that it's important to me. But understanding local government obviously did take me, I say, in my experience in the last 4 years, at least 2 years to understand local government. So by year 2, I was a little bit out of the rookie stage. And now, this time around, when we passed our budget, to me, it all made sense.
Well, the hard part is they're all talking in these 3-letter kind of acronyms that, AUD, auxiliary dwelling unit. Oh, I said it wrong. Yeah, ADU.
ADUs.
I found that at government meetings, I had to look those up constantly as they're talking. Like,
Right.
What in the world are they talking about? Because they're not actually spelling it out. And the minutes don't tell it, even if you go to the packet. It still often only is the abbreviation. There was a huge learning curve. So I would encourage people, if you're interested in government, go to all meetings are free to go to. And maybe something like the Planning Commission, appointed boards would allow you to begin to understand government, even if you're not ready to take the leap. It's a way to participate. We can guarantee that the left is going to have people on those committees. And if you sit out, they're going to have all the voice.
I'm blessed that we have a majority conservative city council.
Well, that is a blessing.
Especially on values. We talk about, you said ADUs, affordable housing. It's not the same concept that we had 20 years ago when we were all afraid of that word, affordable housing. There is young couples out there who can't even afford a home in today's market. Mm-hmm. We talk about that all the time.
They can't even get the down payment, and if you don't have 20%, you get a terrible rate.
Well, there's some opportunities out there, I think, that people can go out and purchase a home, but the mortgage is what's going to kill them. Some folks are going to be paying $4,000 just for their mortgage. That's
Yikes.
Outlandish. And
I pay less than $1,000, but I'm blessed.
So in the Central Valley, that's not the way it should be. I'll tell you that much. So the city of Ceres is doing everything in their power to fill that small gap. We're going to do what we can, and we've done so. We actually have a project going to LAFCO hopefully in November, and we will more than likely build roughly around 3,000 homes. Is what it's looking like now. And my hope is that all those families in the city of Ceres and anyone who wants to move into Ceres now has an opportunity to purchase a home.
So why do you want to move up? Because it sounds like you got a good thing going in Ceres. Why do you want to move up?
Well, I think what's important to understand is that when I ran for office a second time and I won that re-election, it obviously running a campaign is not easy. It's stressful for sure. An opportunity came up, and out of not want but out of necessity, Congressman John Duarte no longer was going to run for office, and although he did lose by 170 something odd votes, I knew that there was an opportunity for me to run in this seat to represent the people of the Central Valley. I truly don't believe that the current Congressman Adam Gray, we call him No-Show Gray, is doing a good job. The first thing that he voted on was to allow men and women's sports. And as a coach, that is something that I cannot stand behind. It has to make common sense.
But that's been abandoned by the Democratic Party.
Well, here's the thing. You talked about it earlier. Why are Latinos in the Central Valley and across California voting Republican? For the most part, a lot of Latinos have always been Republican. They have just been lied to their entire life. When it comes to religion, when it comes to our values and morals, they're more conservative.
That's been with all of my friends.
Yeah. Understanding that living in California is as difficult as it may be, we have to understand that if we want to do what's best for California, what's best in the Central Valley, we have to choose to vote for the right people, like myself. And it's not going to be easy. We understand that the Democratic Party has a stronghold on fundraising, but I need you out there, all Republicans, to support this campaign. Javier Lopez for Congress, because I will not be able to do it without you. And we have to show them what we really got. And I think that it's important to understand that.
Well, Javier, I sure wish you the best of luck in this campaign.
Well, thank you.
I love the voice of the confidence, the fact that you seem to really want this. And I hope that I get you in for a little longer format. I normally do 50 minutes. So
sure,
you're certainly invited on my show, so we'll exchange contact information.
No, absolutely. And my message to the people of California in my district is that I'm not asking for your vote, okay? I'm asking for you to think about the things that I stand for as to someone who wants to represent the Central Valley, and I want to earn your vote. So remember that. You can vote them in, and you can vote them out. My name is Javier Lopez. I'm running for Congress in California District 13. Look me up, javierforcongress.com. And if you want to see everything that I've done as far as my record is concerned, mayorofseries.com. God bless.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Appreciate it.